around the timing I'm going to start this video, and look what it says, 1:23 a.m. Wow. Hey, what's up guys? I'm here to talk about something tonight, and I just wanted to make a video. I've been waiting a while to do a video like this because I've had quite some interesting years, and I wanted to explain some of my reasons why, you know, some ways how I tap into the universe and how I connect. And basically, one of the main ways, you know, like how some people, they connect, of course, is the thing that a lot of light workers are talking about right now, and it's numerology. And when you start seeing a set of the same numbers multiple times, especially if you see them within an hour or less, that's really a big sign that you should like look into that and check it out. And basically, I see a lot of numbers. First of all, some of the main ones a lot of people see is, you know, 111, 222, 323, you know, all the way to 999, and there's more, the double digits, triple digits, quadruple digits. Of course, the higher set of the same numbers, you know, the stronger the message and stuff. And don't worry, I'll be giving some examples of this throughout what I'm about to talk about next. One of the ways how I tap into the universe is through my body. What do I mean by that? I mean, that's just one of the ways that work for me, but it's health awareness. So sometimes when I do feel my body not feeling good in a certain way, and throughout my experience of being a person who's into health, a lot of times I just know exactly what my body needs, and that's just something natural that comes to my nature, and that's something you can develop to if you're not really the type of person who is that health alert. But you know, that's just one way of, you know, you tapping in. And once you know exactly what the body needs, it helps. Like, for example, if I have joint pain, one thing I could look into is having turmeric and cutting out the sugar. Just doing things like that makes a huge difference. So another way, and this is a big way, and surprisingly, I did have an interesting insect visit me just exactly before I started this video, with lots of preparation. Thanks to me and the universe. An insect did visit me. But the interesting thing about this insect here is I don't even know what it is. It's one of the night creature ones. If I knew exactly what it was called, I would actually just tap in. And one easy way how you can tap in is on your phone. It's something that's usually always on you. Most people have phone on their data, and there's something just so amazing about the time in the world that which we live in, because having a phone gives you a lot of that special ability. Oh my goodness, would you look at that? There's synchronicity right there. 222. There we go. Could you believe that? Just at the time on the clock on my phone, it says this. And maybe I should you know, use that as another example later of that numerology number of, you know, something I was just telling you about earlier. See? Showing you, man, there's just something special going on right now, because I'm very aligned right now. So basically, let me just give an example of a spiritual animal here. So if I just go and find information, here we go, look at this one right here. If you see, for example, let's say, you know, you're trying to self-improve, you know, yourself and change your life and do something quite big and amazing. One animal that could visit you, and you know, here's just an example, is a caterpillar. So when you see a certain creature that stands out to you, one of the easiest ways you can start tapping into something, it could be anything. Let's, like, here's just a quick example. Just 2 or 3 nights ago, I was driving back from somewhere far away, and I stopped at an en route place, and there is no forest or any jungle or anything like that around here or anything like that. And when I was walking heading towards the building, and I was in a rush, there was this big giant navy blue, dark light blue caterpillar that I almost stepped on, and it caught my attention. And a caterpillar is a very popular spiritual meaning, and that's just where I am for that time and moment. And I searched it up, and I got a very interesting meaning. So one thing you can do when you type in something on your phone, for example, you just type in spiritual meaning, and then you just type it in. The spell check helps, and you will get an answer. And sometimes it's you don't get a direct answer, or sometimes you want to get more information and you weren't fully convinced of what you read. So there's multiple websites of people explaining things related to it. And another fast way to search through, especially the fact that I'm so familiar with using Google like a lot of you, I just type in image, and basically you can scroll down and get more direct information from all the other people who has information on this, and you can go to their website and read it down on it and check it out. And a lot of times when you do this, you can look for the exact type of caterpillar or whatever creature or animal you saw, and the information will probably even be more accurate towards that. And I'm telling you, a lot of times it makes sense. Even when you see a specific dead animal on the road, or a creature just comes to visit you in your room, like something crawling around after you were just pissed off about something, or even just if you see a single housefly in your house and you got a lot of things to do, like everything has a meaning. If the thing or the animal or whatever stands out to you, just tap into the universe simply by this. We have data now. You have a lot of access to information, and it's just crazy. And I will be doing more examples of this. So right now I'm just gonna go back and give you more examples of this. So another thing I've noticed is some days when my day just started, I feel like eating certain foods. I don't know why, but my body, I guess, wants something, or something is pushing me to eat something that probably is going to make my body be in a certain state to then probably draw and pick up on certain things. Like, for example, I have days where, let's say I feel like eating pizza. And, when I get home and the day passes, or I hang out with friends, or I come home with the family, they're like, oh, we're having pizza tonight. I'm like, wait a sec, I just had pizza. And, there's other examples of this. Could be like juice or a snack, and a certain type of snack. And I've noticed that every once in a while you'll have synchronicities like that. And that is pretty much a message. I know it's a kind of more of an advanced message, and I don't have little to no much. I don't have much knowledge on it, but I know that it means something. So that's another way how you are tapping into the universe. And if you're into, like I said, into food, health, and you know what foods stimulate which parts of the body. If you already know about the 7 chakras, the 7 entry points of the bodies, there are certain foods that stimulate certain ones, and it does help you draw to certain things. So that is one way how you are tapping into the universe, whether you're consciously aware of that or not. So the next one is, I find this one quite interesting. I give you more examples of something even related to this different, but when you break a fingernail, or you injure a finger, or you cut a finger. This is related to palmistry, and I recently was learning, and I just found out that there is a lot of people out there who actually study this. Oh, sorry, I thought for a second this wasn't recording. Oh, thank goodness. So I found out there's a lot of people out there who actually look into this, and they've discovered this, and I had no idea there's people out there who do things like this, and they observe, research, and study this. And basically, this is related to palmistry, but you know, each finger represents certain parts and the mounts and stuff like that. So for example, this one is your index is Jupiter, your middle finger is Saturn, this one you call your sun finger, this one I believe it's Mercury. I can't remember right now the thumb. I know Venus is somewhere around down here and stuff like that, but and the other elements, but basically we're just focusing on the fingers. They have similar but also extra different meanings related to, let's say, planetary energies, and I could relate that to other things. But basically, for example, if you have poor communication, you may injure your pinky finger. Another one too, if let's say you don't find the courage to just go out and just do something, or you got a little shy, or you should have been a little bit more assertive and you didn't, and you kind of regret that, or you're weak on your willpower into a moment, you may just bust your thumb fingernail or injure it or something. And I came across this one website. It's called handhuman.com/secrets. It's a very interesting one. I'll make sure to leave it down in the description for this video. I thought it was quite interesting. I decided to observe this for a bunch of months, and I'm actually finding this quite interesting. You should check it out too. I mean, that's another way how you're tapping in to the universe, you could say, and you know, also through subconsciously you. And one other one I came to just recently learn about, when you keep, like, let's say dropping things, especially, or accidentally spilling things over and glass breaking and stuff like that, one thing I was learning about that is it could mean you're disappointed at something or someone or a situation. And I thought that one was interesting too, but that is more related to the whole spiritual meaning. You could type of that about, you know, breaking things, dropping things. It just goes on. There's like endless information and things, you know, related to this whole thing. And you know, I found that very interesting, because when I learn about these things, I re-examine the situation. I can relate quite well to this, and I'm quite shocked at, you know, it's just amazing how we have the internet and you can learn so much ways, you know, we're tapping in everything. So let's see now. Here's another one I get. Sometimes I'm about to do something and I don't know what to do. I have a choice between picking something or choosing something, and I'll just hear somebody calling out the same thing in the head, in my thoughts. Like, for example, this is probably not one of the best examples, but one time, basically, I wasn't sure if I should clean the car or fix something with the toilet that needed fixing. And at the same time, I was thinking between those two, I heard my mom call out to somebody how they need to pick up and buy the toilet paper for her. So as soon as the thought of toilet versus the other thing, cleaning the car, came in my head, I heard that and I'm just like, okay, I'll pick that one. And the whole situation, when I went to meet up with my friend to deal with the car thing, didn't work out, so then I could go work on the plumbing, and I just thought, you know, that is very interesting. Another one, this is probably not the best example, but one time I wanted to buy a scratch ticket at the gas station, a lottery scratch ticket. And depending on the type, where you live, you can sometimes see like a barcode on it or not. And that's one way how I pick out things, through looking at the certain numbers on the barcode. And I had a thought in my head of a certain number, and I saw it there, but then I saw this other number, and just at the time before I was going to pick it to tell the cashier, somebody shouted out the other number relating to something completely different. I thought, maybe I should just pay attention to that stranger just saying out one of the numbers that I saw on one of the scratch tickets. And well, there, and you know what I did? I listened to that. I just heard somebody say something related to something I was, thinking about in my head, this number or this number, and I heard the guy shout out something about the number, and bam, I did win just a little bit of money, but I'm pretty sure that other scratch ticket would have been a loser one. So that's one way how you tap into the universe, by picking up on what other people say, if something just aligns to the thought. For example, I was thinking about bikes earlier. I had to decide something related to bikes. I need to get a bike lock, and when I was at the dollar store to buy something completely different, nothing related to the bikes, while I was trying to figure out where the other item was, my head just naturally turned in the direction where I saw bike locks. There you go. That's one way how you tap in. Don't ignore the signs. Try to also link it to things that you were also thinking about from earlier on in the day. You'll be quite shocked and surprised. And I just find it so amazing. Like, it's just crazy. And here's another very weird one. I've been studying people's birthdays. Like, what I mean by that is their numerology, birthday zodiac signs, name numbers, sun signs, moon signs. Astrology got introduced here by the sun signs. That's what they're called. So, for example, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, the fire signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, the water signs. Then we got, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, and then Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, the air signs. So, let's just say, I have sometimes, I'm going through a day, and let all my Aries friends will call me. All my friends who have their sun sign in Aries, and if I know my friends pretty well, which I do know their birthdays pretty well, sometimes the ones that have the same moon signs will call me, or all of them who are born on, I don't know, let's say the 6th day of the month, or, they share the same life path number. I'll have days where all my friends that I am in good connections with, they will all just at some point in time during the day call me. And I find that very weird. I know a lot of people probably don't pay attention to these things, but I do feel like there's sometimes some type of synchronicity going on, some type of alignment with, I guess, their specific zodiac sign on that specific chart on their natal chart aligning to the day, and maybe it's just a message that I need to pick up from these people, or they'll all be, let's say, born in the Chinese year of the Cabbit, cat rabbit, or another one. Oh, they're all born in the Chinese year of the pig, or a different animal sign. I do find that very, very interesting. I have no idea why that happens, and I don't think a lot of people pay attention to these details, but that is one way how I do tap in. And one time, I wasn't really friends with this person anymore. I didn't have his number anymore, and he has the exact same birthday as my cousin's baby father. And he called me out of nowhere. Like, he said he called my number by, I guess, accident, and then we ended up talking for a good 20 minutes, and I was just going through some things, and he helped me out with answers, and I thought that was shocking. And then later on that day, I had no idea I was going to be driving an hour to go visit my cousin, then to go out to a certain place where a soccer game was being played, and her baby father was there, and he has the exact same birthday, same month, same day number. I don't want to bring up the birthday right now. But I was shocked, and he helped me deciding something else I was questioning. Like, I was trying to decide if I should buy a specific thing, and he gave me great advice on that. And I just thought that was so weird. I don't know if people pay attention to these things, but that is one way how you can tap into the universe. There is a message being sent to you on a specific day for a certain energy with people with certain zodiac signs. I don't know why that is, but that happens. It just does. And if you pay attention to these details, if you start learning about the main 12 animal zodiac signs, the 9 numerology numbers through the day number 1 to 31, the life path numbers from 1 to 9, then the master numbers, or the sun signs, which are similarly related to the moon signs from astrology signs when I first mentioned. That is very interesting. You will notice that you'll have strange days like that. Another one too is on remembering dreams, and I thought this one was interesting. One way, there's 2 different ways I like to go about this. One is you can, and it all relates back to what I'm talking about. When you have a certain strange dream, especially when you remember it before you wake up, you should do your best to write down or talk it out on a voice recording app on your phone, so that way you can remember all the details, or even sing out the song. You heard this beautiful song and you want to compose it. I do that sometimes, and that way you can remember the dream for that morning, or whenever you wake up, if it's in the evening you took a long nap or something. And you can type in. Here's the funny thing about dreams. Sometimes the dream will relate to what you may just be starting to go through, or it could be related to something, to a similar event that's what's going to eventually happen, or it could be a whole different meaning, not related to what you think it's going to be about. Like, for example, I was driving a car and the steering wheel broke off and I couldn't steer the car anymore, and I crashed into this whole pile of other mashed up cars, and I woke up. And I thought, you could think, okay, you're gonna get into a car accident, and I'm not a bad driver, so I definitely did not accept that. So I just typed in spiritual meaning. Once again, you can Google it and maybe Yahoo it up, and type in, steering wheel broke off, crashed car. And some websites of people who teach this, they will give you a more accurate information. Some, like, it all depends. There's multiple websites usually of people explaining the meaning behind a specific spiritual meaning dream. And I went to this one website, and it's saying how you feel as if right now you're going through something where you're not in control of your life. That's what the message said. It says something about me not having control over my situation. And funny enough, because when you look at the dream I had, basically I didn't have control over steering the car. So it has nothing to do with me getting into a car accident, in which I did not. And when I woke up, my family and the people that were around me tried to control me since the time I got out of that bed. And I thought, wow. I first wake up, I tap it in, read it up, and then I was just going through that situation of what was being described, of what it means, of that dream I had. Another one too is, I don't get these dreams often, but every once in a blue moon I do get a dream of winning the lottery. And I love having dreams like those, stuff that don't come around often. And the last time I had a dream like that, I won lots of millions of dollars. I was with my family saying, oh, I got the ticket here, what are we going to do? I don't know, we have other things to do today. It was just an interesting, nice, beautiful, happy dream. I woke up, I remember that dream. I just told myself, well, you know what that means. I didn't read up the spiritual meaning behind it, because usually there's a similar meaning, but I just knew I had to buy a lottery ticket that day. So later on that evening, when I went to go buy a quick pick, just before the lady printed out the ticket, I looked up at the clock for some reason, and it was 3:33 p.m. And I know that's a Sikh number. There's multiple meanings behind the number 333. And usually it means receiving something that you seek, or sometimes when I set an intention out to seek something, I'll see that number, or when I just receive something, I will see that number. So I think I was receiving what I was seeking out when I first woke up from that dream, to buy a ticket. And by the time I scanned the thing, it said 334, so I don't know if I could have altered something and I distracted something, but I didn't lose. I did win just a little bit of money, but it definitely was not a big winner ticket, but it was a win ticket. So maybe if I was more excited, you know, maybe there'd be more zeros or more money coming in from that. So basically, you know, pay attention and make sure, once again, you tap in what it means. Let me just see what else I was going to talk about here. Basically, what else was I going to talk about? Here is a really, really, really big one, and I'm not going to get into no details with this one because I am new to this. I've been using one of these for about half a year, and basically this is a pendulum. I think if you were going to buy one of these, it doesn't matter, I don't think, but basically the way how I ended up buying this one is the lady let me hold and use different pendulums. The copper one didn't like me. The tiger's eye one, this is a crystal, tiger's eye crystal, liked me. And the way how I knew which pendulum to buy is she said, hold it like this and ask the pendulum, is this my pendulum? And it will spin. Usually when it spins in a circle it means yes. When it goes sideways it means no. Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into detail. I mean, you could order one online, you know, don't get discouraged if you want to get yours from online or not, but you know, a pendulum probably is not meant for everybody, and some people will be afraid of them. And like I said, I'm not getting into the details of this. It may be meant for you, it may not be meant for you. It depends on where you're coming from, and I don't have much knowledge on it, but you can get a lot of answers using one of these. And sometimes when I'm you know, I'm buying something online, or I don't know what to buy, and I'm trying to figure something out, this can save me a lot of time, because a lot of times when it says yes to a certain answer and I still didn't trust it, but I did more research on a certain specific item to buy versus another one, in the end it ends up being the one that said this said yes to. So in some way, the first level how you connect to it is through your subconscious mind, and then it goes up to these other levels depending on how high, I guess, your spiritual energy is, or however you want to perceive that, or your energy, or how you connect to the universe. It all depends on that. It's very mysterious. This is a big one. You may want to learn how to use one of these, and certain things you should stay away from when using one of these. But this is a huge way how you tap into the universe. A pendulum. That's a huge one. And please stay on the positive side. There's always a positive way to go about things, every way. So, you know, you could have the concept that everything is positive and everything is negative, or nothing is positive and nothing is negative. It all depends on, you know, how you perceive it, and usually the way how people perceive things is how their nature is, their personality nature, you know. But that's one way, pretty much that way. And you will draw to specific things from the universe depending on your vibrational level that you are on. You can call it vibrational frequency. There's many people online who makes charts for these, and basically here's one example of one right here. It's hard to see. I'll fill in the whole screen with this one. I'll also leave this link in the description below, but you can see that there's different levels pretty much, and you know, most people are around the neutral if you're normal, and depending on which way it go, you will manifest certain situations related to your vibrational frequency. And this is how you also tap into the universe. It goes either way. So you'll either connect to things more like this or connect to things more like that. Regardless, After you being vibrating low, you're still tapping in, so that doesn't matter. You're always tapping into the universe. It's just about how aware you really are. And of course, you can use crystals. You can use crystals as a way to focus the energy or certain vibrational frequencies, depending on, you know, let's say certain things are related to specific chakras, and certain stone colors relate to certain chakras. I'll just tell you the 7 quickly. There's the root chakra, the sacred chakra, the solar plex chakra, then the heart chakra, I believe, then the throat chakra, then the third eye chakra, and then the crown chakra. I can't show you all of them because, you know, it's just a part of me showing on here. But the heart chakra, of course, is where your heart is. So, and though this is a little related, this is optional too, regardless of clear quartz or Herkimer diamond, because these amplify your manifestation on picking up things. That is completely optional. It does not matter. So you're always tapping into the universe, one way or another. And I know, and one thing I will point out quickly, maybe I shouldn't, but you can look at crystals like food. There's crystals that help you and crystals that don't help you. There's food that helps you and there's food that doesn't help you. And depending on that will also affect your vibration and where your focus is going to be, and etc. and blah 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 blah. Pretty much like that is just a way of, it doesn't matter, but it's just a way of how things focus and stuff like that. So it all depends on your situation, really. All in the end, it doesn't matter if you're trying to like manifest certain things or not, or had this or didn't, or you're feeling high or you're feeling low today. You're always tapping in one way or another. Everybody is tapping in. It doesn't matter how, even when you're alert or not, conscious or not that consciously aware, you're always tapping. But this sums up this video, and you know, I hope I helped you out here in some way. And I will, one more example here I wanted to show you, actually. Basically, a lot of people get misled by this. A lot of people do get misled by this. But here are 2 lottery tickets on 2 complete different days when I bought them. These are not picked numbers, they are quick picks, and it shows you right there, they're quick picks. I decided to, you know, pay a little bit more attention, and if you look, you can see that this one came with 2 quick picks, this one came with 1. But take a look, a lot of the numbers are the same. This last set here is in its 20s, this second last set here is in its 30s, and this last set here is in its 40s. And if you look at the digits on this, it's 000, this one's 333. I don't know why I access these quick pick numbers. And I had a lot of strange things like this happen to me on other lottery tickets over the years. One time I had one saying 8, 11, and some other number, and I had it on 3 quick picks, all within the same week at different places. I kept those tickets. I don't have them on me right now to show in this video. Sometimes the numbers that you pick up on don't relate to the lottery. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. There's been even one time when I got a 555 on a lottery ticket, and I travel a lot, so when I see 555, that's back to the first thing I was talking about, seeing numbers. That means change. And I can give a lot of examples of this. All I know is when someone's going to call me and then something gets canceled, or I'm about to go to a grocery store and I see 555, there's a possibility that later on I have to go back to that grocery store because I picked up a damaged item or something. These things have happened to me. I will make more videos related to that later. But once again, I'm telling you, like, when you see things like that, repeating things, you know, multiple people that you know who share the same zodiac sign contacting the same day, synchronicities, these are all messages coming into you. Pay attention, I'm telling you. The more you learn about this and the more, you know, over time you do this, the more it becomes easier and you'll be more attentive and everything. But I hope this helps, and I guess I'll catch you around when I make another video when I find time. Anyways, I'm heading out, and thanks for watching.